What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to CS Coins. This will be a bit of a different video. I got a coin shop haul today. I have gone to a coin shop a few times making videos out of what I was able to purchase there, but this time I went a little harder than normal. This is the most I've ever spent on coins at a coin shop before. I'm not much of a big spender in general. I'm a pretty frugal person, and I like to get most of my coins through coin roll hunting or some kind of other treasure hunting, you know, metal detecting, whatever way I can. Coin star hunting, you name it. But when I do buy coins from a coin shop, I typically just try to get, you know, less expensive ones that are worth a lot more than what I'm paying. Typically, I'll go through the bargain bins and just pull out, you know, high grade coins or coins that I think are going to be a little more valuable. And I purchase those for, you know, less than $1 usually. And I show you guys what I find. But this time, I went hard. I got some PCGS graded coins. These are actually my first graded coins ever, and I got 3 of them. I was going to get 2. I actually wasn't going to get any coming in today. I was just going to do what I normally do and go for the cheap bargain bin coins. But I saw a lot of nice things, and I couldn't turn them down. So I ended up with 3 graded coins. Initially, I was looking at 2. The third one, I'm like, I can't leave without this thing. So I'm very excited to have my first 3 graded coins. Unfortunately, I haven't submitted any. I'd like to submit some coins to get graded eventually. I just don't have any that I think are, you know, worth enough to warrant sending them in. I don't have any of those expensive DDOs or anything like that. So paying, you know, a fair amount for a coin that's already graded actually ends up saving some money. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I bought. I'm pretty excited with this haul. This is definitely the most impressive haul I brought back yet, although it did cost me more money than I am used to spending. So I'll go over what I was able to purchase, what I spent, and give you guys an idea of how I did on this stuff. All right, so the first graded coin that I ended up buying was a PCGS grade. This is the one that you guys could see on the end there. And this one was a Roosevelt dime. And you know, the back is pretty good condition, and the front was pretty nice as well. So this one actually got a grade of MS65 with a full bands designation. So this was in 1946, and I paid $19 for it. And looking on eBay, that seems to be pretty fair. The ones that I was seeing that were selling for a little bit less than this just looked terrible. Some of them had toning, but it wasn't attractive toning like this. It would just be like a gray or a black toning that didn't look very good. And those would sell for like 15 or 16, but the nice ones were selling, you know, $25 plus. Some of the really nice like white ones were selling for over $30 on eBay. So, and this one I love because that's got such nice like unique toning. A lot of collectors look for that kind of natural toning, and we know it's real toning because this would come back cleaned or not gradable if this was not real toning. So it's a nice genuine toned Roosevelt dime, and it's got the full bands on the reverse. We might have to put that under the microscope to take a look at the bands, because I've never had a dime with full bands that I know of. So we might get that fired up in a sec and take a look at that before I move on to the other coins. So this is actually showing up better than I thought through the plastic here, but it's honestly kind of fuzzy. I think that could just be because it's behind the plastic, but I don't really see any band action going on there. I don't know, guys. I mean, I'm not questioning the PCGS people because they know best, but I would imagine it's just not showing up very well in the scope. But it's still pretty cool. That's a beautiful coin, and I'm happy with the price I paid for it. You don't find many dimes with toning like that, especially silver ones, and it usually adds a bit of value. So with that being said, let's move on to the second coin that I got that was graded. So we've got a proof memorial here, and this one's also got some cool toning. It's going to be kind of hard to see in this lighting, I think, but you can kind of get a glimpse of it right there on the left side of the coin. It's like a bluish grayish kind of toning, and we know this one's legit as well. It did not have that not gradable or anything like that, cleaned or any of that stuff. But look at that toning right there. All on the left side of the coin, you get that same kind of toning. And this one's a stunner, an absolute gem of a penny. This one I paid $15 for. This is the one I was kind of on the fence with. I'm like, do I really need a memorial penny? I found proof memorials in circulation, but that toning is just so nice on that. Like, usually you see fake, like falsely toned coins, like man-made toned coins that kind of look like this, but this is all natural. I mean, that is beautiful toning. I kind of wish it was all over the whole penny, but I will take it. That looks pretty awesome. And we got the hefty grade on this one of proof 67 red. That's a pretty high grade for a proof. It goes up to proof 70, and not many coins are going to get a proof 70. So for the age, a proof 67 is a great grade. I was really happy with that one. For $15, you know, I just could not say no to it. It's just too good to turn down. Especially being a graded coin. You send one of these into PCGS, you're looking at like $50, $60, I think, in fees. I've never attempted to grade a coin, but from what I've heard, it's pretty pricey. And you need to have a coin that's really valuable to make it worth it. Obviously, somebody lost some money on this one, but it's my gain. Beautiful coin. So let's get on to my third graded coin, and then I'll show you guys the rest of the haul here. So this was actually the first coin that I saw that was graded that I knew I had to have. That is gotta be the nicest wheat penny I've ever seen in my life. At least in person. You know, you're not gonna find anything like this coin roll hunting. If you do, it's gotta be some kind of crazy collection dump. But this is a proof penny. It's probably the first proof wheat penny I've seen in person. I've never found one myself. Just a beautiful coin. And this one, not as great of a grade as the, a little hair stuck to it. Not as great of a grade as the last penny we looked at, the 63 Memorial, but we got a proof 65 red, which is still a pretty nice grade for a 50s wheat penny. I coughed up 18 bucks for this one. It was just too nice to turn down. I mean, look at that finish on that. It may not have gotten the greatest grade. I mean, a proof 65 is still a pretty good proof grade, but I mean, that's just an absolute beautiful penny. I could not turn this one down. And there's something going on by the head up here. I think that's a scratch, but that could be a die crack actually. So I'm gonna take a look under the scope right now, and we will just double check that together. Make sure that's, if I can get past the price tag here. Okay. Yeah, it's really hard to tell from here, especially with the plastic in the way. I would imagine that's probably just a scratch, but I wouldn't be shocked if that was a die crack either. Proof coins are higher quality, so stuff like that is rare, but I don't know. Doesn't really look like a normal scratch to me. So I guess I will never really know with that. It's going to be hard to tell for certain without, you know, it being out of the holder here. But look at that, guys. I can see my reflection on the back of the wheat penny here. It's just an absolute stunner of a coin. So those are my first 3 ever graded coins. I'm very happy with them. For these alone, let's do some math here. 33. I coughed up over 50 bucks. But considering you're paying that much to get one coin graded, usually, I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. So I think I will probably be buying more graded coins in the future. I just gotta figure out what I need. I kind of just went in there and saw these, and it was just an impulse thing. I'm like, I gotta have these. I was looking at some Canadian mint sets and, you know, silver ones from the 60s and stuff. I was looking at some commemorative half dollars, but I decided I needed to go with some graded coins to start out my graded coin collection. And I would love to send some in eventually. I don't care if it's NGC, PCGS. It would be awesome to get some coins graded. So that's a good start though. Eventually I would think I will have my own that I've sent in, but it's cool to have some from someone else's collection. So let's get going on the other finds from the coin shop. I'm gonna start with these. I got a couple proofs here, and these were half off. So this one ended up being $2.50. It's nothing like too crazy. I do find like proof quarters kind of like this in circulation, but this is in a lot better shape than I usually find, and this is an older one. Usually if they're from the early 70s when I find them, they're pretty bad. You know, the proof finish is pretty worn and you can barely tell it's a proof. You can just see it's a little bit shinier than normal typically, but this one's got some really cool toning. I don't know if you guys are able to see that, but it's like a bluish, like goldish kind of toning on it. So that's the reason why I decided to go with this one. You know, I've got a bunch of proof quarters. I've even got some nicer ones, but you don't see many old ones that have nice toning like this one. This was definitely the best toned one that I could find at that coin shop for a reasonable price. I wasn't going to pay, you know, 20 bucks for a modern proof quarter, but $2.50, I could manage that. So that was a pretty awesome find too. I actually might try to sell this one off on eBay. I know people are big into the tone proofs. I'm not myself a huge proof collector. It just looked really cool for the price. I kind of thought I would take a chance on it here, so I'm happy with that one. And we got another proof, lots of proof coins today. This one was a 59 proof cent. The obverse is a little bit, you know, beat up. I think I see a scratch by Lincoln's head. That could be the flips, though, that, you know, the plastic scratch right here. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll take it out of the flip eventually, just very carefully, and take a look. But it's got a big carbon spot over the date, unfortunately. That's why they had it priced so cheap. It even says spotted on the flip here. This one I paid $2 for, though. I feel like a first-year memorial, that's a proof. That's, I mean, it's honestly pretty nice other than the carbon spot and maybe that scratch, if that is one up there. $2 is a good price, though, for an old proof. And the reverse, pretty flawless. I don't really see any major flaws there. So that was a cool pickup. I was happy with that. I did scour those like discount bins when I was there. I think I talked about it at the beginning of the video. Usually they have bins of like wheat pennies, Indian head pennies, buffalo nickels. And usually I'm going all through those looking for, you know, higher grade mint state or AU coins that I can get for, you know, your typical price, like $1 or whatever for buffaloes or Indians. But I think somebody's already been through those pretty good. I've been to that coin shop going through them, and I don't think they've replaced any of the ones that I took. Didn't look like they really had their stock up from last time I was there, so wasn't much to find there, but the half off bin had some decent ones. We will now go over some of the other coins that I got, but I didn't buy these the conventional way. This was kind of an interesting thing that this coin shop does. They do little, I don't even know what you would call it. It's almost like a lottery type thing where they have different games you can kind of play, or like you draw a number from a hat or whatever, and whatever your number is or whatever game you win or whatever, you get certain coins or like packages of coins. So I am a big risk taker. I'm a gambling man, so I decided, why not? Let's go for it. Each of these cost me $5. And I will tell you a little bit about how I played these games that they had. So the first one, they just had like a big green dice for St. Patrick's Day or whatever. And the guy said, you know, whatever number you roll kind of determines like what bag you get to draw out of. So I think I rolled like a 5. So he had me draw out of a bag that had a 5 on it. Like each of the bags had different numbers, 1 through 6. My strategy here, I got to reach in the bag and pick out, like, obviously I couldn't look, but like pick out which coin I wanted. I went for small ones, and I went for packages that only had 1 coin. Because this coin shop typically, kind of like this, if you're to get like a bigger package, you get some coin that's not worth very much, and usually something else not so great. But the last couple times I did it, I didn't even get silver. I got like copper rounds and some other garbage coins. So my strategy this time was to go small, go with singular coins, and I think it paid off pretty well. We've got here a 1/10 troy ounce 999 fine silver round. Now this is supposed to look like the American Silver Eagle rounds, the 1 ounce, but this is more of like a generic round. This isn't, you know, worth any money. It wasn't made by the government. I think it was a private minter. But that's still pretty awesome. I was pretty happy to see this coming out. I was glad I got silver, and it's a pretty good silver round at that. I mean, it's not a great silver round, but it's better than, you know, it's probably better than like a war nickel or anything. It's definitely more silver than that. And I actually think I made more than my money's worth on this one. I looked on eBay, and pretty similar rounds to this were selling for like $10, so I paid $5, so can't really go wrong with that. I love that design too. I'm kind of wanting to get into the copper rounds like this. Not copper, silver. I don't want copper rounds. Those things are garbage. But yeah, so the 1 ounce coins are pretty awesome, but I don't really know if I want to pull the trigger yet. Those are usually like $32, $33 at the coin shops, and really they're only worth an ounce of silver, maybe a little more for numismatic value, but there's a huge upcharge on those, so I usually don't go for them. But yeah, this one is worth a bit more than what I paid for it. And I thought the sound was pretty unique to this thing. I gave it the little drop test to, you know, make sure it sounded like real silver. And it does. It's just like a unique sound because I've never had like a pure silver coin. I'm gonna see if I can open this with one hand. I don't think it's gonna happen, guys. I'll be right back. So there's that round in hand. It's a really nice looking one. I do think the strike is like a little bit fuzzy on it. Obviously, for 1/10 of an ounce, it's not going to be like super crazy quality. Definitely won't be up to mint standards from the US Mint. But if we take a listen here, kind of an interesting sound. It's you know, it's not going to make the same sound as a coin that has copper in it. This is just purely silver, so kind of interesting. Didn't really expect that kind of sound, but that's pretty cool. I was happy to have that for my collection. I want to get into stacking a little bit more, you know, the silver and the gold bullion. So I guess this is a good start. Not much of a crazy silver round, but it's a good starting point, I would say, before I start dumping a lot of money into it. So lastly, this was the other game type thing I played there. They had these cups that each had, you know, that fancy kind of tissue paper that they have in the gift bags or whatever. They had these like little Dixie cups that had the paper on top of them. And you kind of had to pick which one you wanted and punch through the paper and pick out a number. So my number was 33. The cup I chose had 33 inside of it. So that kind of corresponded with a little baggie of coins, and for $5, I probably about broke even on these, maybe a little bit less. Let's see if I can get these ones open. There we go. So I got a war nickel, which is really nothing too great. I don't know the spot price on these right now, but it's got to be under $2. So we got a D mint mark, 1944. Nothing crazy there, nothing too special. Just cool that I got silver because like I said, I have done these kind of gambling things at the coin shop before where clearly they're just trying to get rid of some junk. It would be like reproduction coins and copper rounds and just stuff that has no value. But we got 35% silver here. Also, a little story about war nickels. I don't want to call out the guy at this coin shop too hard, so I hope he's not watching my video. But I was going through those half off coins where I found the proof 59 penny and the 72 proof quarter, and I saw a war nickel, and I was actually with my buddies at the coin shop. One of them is interested in coins. He'll buy them. He actually did make some purchases. The other buddy not so much, but I just kind of told him, I'm like, hey guys, check this out. It's a war nickel. It's silver. And the guy at the counter is like, yeah, you know those are 38% silver, right? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's 35% silver. And the guy just did not want to take no as an answer. He was pretty adamant that it was 38%. So I kind of just let him, you know, go with it. But it's kind of crazy. Sometimes you know a little bit more about coins than people that work at a coin shop, actually. So I thought that was kind of interesting. These are 35% silver for those that don't know. So that was the one find out of the $5 gambling thing, I guess you could call it. The other one was a proof presidential dollar. Now, both my friends that I went with did the same game. They did the dice rolling one. I was the only one that did the little cup punch thingy. But they each got a presidential proof dollar as well. My one friend got a 1964 80% Canadian silver dime. My other friend who's not really into coin collecting, we talked him into going for the little gambling thing. He did his dice roll, and he actually got the best grab bag out of any of us. He got presidential proof dollar. He got an Eisenhower. It was just a clad one. And he also got a 40% silver Kennedy half. I think it was like a 68 or 69D. So he probably got his money's worth more than me and my other friend. But my friend that is kind of into coins, he also made a purchase other than that little gamble thing. He ended up getting a barber half. So he actually bought a Morgan dollar last time we were at the coin shop there. It was just like a call Morgan, nothing special. And this time he got a barber. I want to say it was like a 1890 O or something. He got kind of a cool one with an O mint mark. So that was pretty cool. And, you know, I'll have to take a better look at that. I didn't really ask to look at it after we went to the shop. But I'm glad that my friends are, you know, I haven't met them through YouTube or anything. They've been my friends forever, and they're kind of getting into coins a little bit. So it's cool seeing that happening and getting new people into the hobby. But yeah, that is the haul for today. I love going to these coin shops and checking out what they've got. I can't say I'll spend this much money every time I go. I spent almost $70 today, which for me is a lot of money at coin shops. I usually don't go looking to spend too much. But I'm really happy with what I have. These will be great additions to my collection. And I'm even thinking about getting one of those nice little boxes that you can put the PCGS coins in, because I really don't even know what to do with these in their current state. I do have a tote that I throw like my coins that I bought in and everything, but I don't know. I'd hate for one of these to get crushed, you know, with all the other stuff in there moving around. I kind of want to keep them somewhere safe. But thank you all for watching this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Something a little bit different today than coin hunting, or even, you know, coin hunting at the coin shops. Just kind of buying whatever I see there that looks cool. I hope you guys can appreciate these coins, though. I sure think they are nice looking. My favorite's got to be that proof wheat penny. That thing is just awesome. But I will catch you guys on the next one. I'll be back to hunting coins, and I'll probably try to do these coin shop hunts a little more consistently. I'd like to bring you guys in there with me and show you what I'm looking at. I just, you know, you'd hate to do that. I know I've seen videos online of people getting in trouble for filming in a business, and I'm sure even if I asked, they wouldn't be very cool with it. But thank you for watching this wrap up, and I will see you all in the next one. Give me a like and subscribe, please, if you enjoyed the video. Thank you.